Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you are well. We have completed 3 lessons. Today we will start new lesson. Okay, that is 4th lesson. The topic of the lesson is adaptation in plants. Adaptation in plants. Okay, children. Are you studying classwork? 3 lessons classwork we have completed. 3 lessons have completed. Classwork also we have completed. Are you studying them, children? You must study them. Okay, you have exam, so you prepare for the exam also. Whatever you are writing in the classwork notes and whatever in the book, you must study. You should study. Okay, children. Today we are going to see the new lesson, adaptation in plants. Adaptation in plants. Adaptation மாற்றி அமைக்கப்பட்டது, தழுவல். Okay, in plants. Adaptation, we can take 2 meanings. One meaning, that means the process of change. So மாற்றி அமைக்கப்பட்டது. Okay, the process of change. So we will see them. You see here in this lesson we will learn about adaptation in terrestrial plants. Do you know what do you mean of terrestrial plants? What do you understand, children? What is the meaning of terrestrial plants? That is நிலப்பரப்பு தாவரங்கள். Okay, நிலப்பரப்பு தாவரங்கள். So we will learn, first of all we will learn adaptation in terrestrial plants. Next, adaptation in aquatic plants. That means நீர்வாழ் தாவரங்கள். First one, terrestrial plants, நிலப்பரப்பு. Aquatic plants, நீர்வாழ். Okay, then unusual adaptation. Next we will study about fungi, then plants of grass family. Okay, here one question is given, why desert doesn't have forest? ஏன் பாலைவனங்கள்ல காடுகள் இல்லை? Why desert doesn't have forest? We will study that. Okay, children, why desert doesn't have forest? Do you have any idea, children? Do you have any idea? You have you heard the desert areas, about desert area? One animal will live in the desert area. Yes, which animal? Camel can live in the desert area. Why desert doesn't have forest also? Why desert doesn't have forest? Listen, in that desert area it covered full of sand. Yes, it covered full of sand. Yes or no? Do you want to see the desert place? Do you want to see the desert place, children? Shall we go that desert area? Already we know about the forest. Yes, we know about the forest. But why desert area doesn't have forest? Why desert area doesn't have forest? Listen, desert is a extremely dry area. That is a dry place. Desert place is a dry place. It has extremely less amount of water. It has extremely less amount of water. While for a forest is filled with trees. Yes, and we know that trees require water for the growth. Hence there is no forest in the desert. Because it is extremely dry place and has less amount of water in the desert place. That's why the desert area doesn't have forest. Okay, children. Okay, we will study them. Now we are going to study about what is called adaptation. Before studying this, all of you take page number 37. Name some plants found in the following habitats. You see, some plants found in the following habitats. The habitat means Walbinum. Habitats may be different. Habitats may be different. You have to write that plant's name. For example, first one, pine tree. Yes, first one, pine tree. So in the following habitats, the first one, the name of the plant is pine tree. Second one, coconut tree. You see there, which tree is there? Coconut tree. Okay. Third one, fourth one, homework. Okay, children, you write. This one, just you write. Don't send in our school WhatsApp. Okay. Just you write the answer in the book. Just you write. You look at that plant and you find out that plant. After you write that plant name. Okay, children. Okay. Then already we know plants found at various places. Plants are everywhere. In short, very easy. Plants are everywhere. How air is everywhere, plants are everywhere. Yes. So on the earth, different places have different environmental conditions. For example, different place. What is different place? It may be hilly areas, or it may be coastal areas, or it may be plain areas, or it may be desert areas, or it may be marshy areas. So that is the different places. So all these places have different environmental condition. They have different environmental condition. That environmental conditions are not same because all those places are different. So for example, desert area is completely different from the marshy areas. Yes or no? Or the desert area is totally different from the hilly areas. So that is different. So that is different environmental condition. That's why different environmental condition. And also not only the environmental condition, only not different. Soil. There you take that soil. Fertile. The fertility of soil also different. In condition. Okay, children. So different places have different environmental condition, and different places have what is that? Different soil also. Different places have different soil. So for example, environmental conditions in the environmental condition in the desert area is different, totally different from the hilly areas. Yes. After that, the environment has a direct effect, நேரடி விளைவு, on the growth of the plants. Environment has a direct effect on the growth of the plants. Okay. Plants make adjustment according to the surroundings because plants meet their needs. That's why they adjust according to the surrounding. They adjust themselves according to the surrounding. That's why they can meet their needs. Okay, children. Now, what is called adaptation? The process by which a plant becomes suitable to survive. Plant becomes suitable to survive in its environment. Okay, that is called adaptation. They're very easy. Plants become suitable to survive in its environment. That is called adaptation. Adaptation. All of you say the process by which a plant becomes suitable to survive in its environment is called adaptation. Okay, children. Next, listen. Adaptation is an irreversible change. Adaptation is an irreversible change. Do you know irreversible change? Do you have any idea? Irreversible change. Children, do you have any idea about irreversible change? You don't have any idea. You can say the answer, children. Think and say. Irreversible change. A change is called irreversible if it cannot be changed back again. Yes, cannot be changed back again. That is irreversible change. that is irreversible change. With this irreversible change we are studying in the chemistry and also physics It can listen in short, irreversible change cannot get back. Okay. The natural home of a plant, what is called habitat? Valvidum, that is that plant home, plant home. Okay, the home of the plant, the natural home of a plant. Okay children, now based on that is called habitat. Valvidam, habitat, அதனுடைய தமிழ் வார்த்தை என்ன? வாழ்விடம். Okay, terrestrial, நிலப்பரப்பு. Then direct effect, நேரடி விளைவு. Now based on the habitat, அதனுடைய வாழ்விடத்தை பொறுத்து can be grouped under two major categories. One is terrestrial. Already I told you, terrestrial, that is நிலப்பரப்பு, terrestrial plants. So now terrestrial, or another one name is called land plant. Okay, land plants. You can give more examples of land plants. Yes or no children? Water plants, that is aquatic plants, terrestrial plants and also water plants. Listen, based on the habitat, அதனுடைய வாழ்விடங்களை பொறுத்து இரண்டு வகையாக பிரிக்கப்படுகிறது. One is terrestrial plant, another one is aquatic plants. These plants undergo different adaptation that is suitable for their habitat. These plants undergo different adaptation because one is land plant and another one is water plant. So they have these plants undergo different adaptation. Okay, now listen, we will study them one by one. First of all, we study about adaptation in terrestrial plants. What all terrestrial plants of hilly areas, plants of plain areas, plants of coastal areas, plants of desert, plants of marshy areas. Okay, we will study them. Okay children, now we are going to study about habitat. Tamil meaning வாழ்விடம். Okay, what is called habitat? The natural home of a plant. Natural home is habitat. Okay, for example, you take pine tree. That is, which is this natural home? Hilly areas. It is found in the hilly areas. Now for example, lotus. You take lotus, which is its natural place, which is its natural home? Water. Yes. So the habitat may be different. So what is called habitat? The natural home of a plant. Some plants can live on land. Some plants can live in water. Some plants can live in water. That is their home. That is called habitat. Okay. Now we study about terrestrial plants. Already I told you what is the meaning of terrestrial. Nilapparappu. What is the meaning of terrestrial? Nilapparappu. So that means the plants live on land. Okay children, grow on land. The plants grow on land. That is terrestrial. Now adaptation in terrestrial plants. That means the plants grow on land. Different kinds of terrestrial plants. For example, listen, plants of hilly areas. Then plants of plains. Plants of coastal areas. Plants of desert. Plants of marshy areas. So these are the different kinds of terrestrial plants. These are different kinds of terrestrial plants. One kind is plants of hilly areas. Another one plants of plain. Next plants of coastal areas. Then plants of desert. Then plants of marshy areas. So that different kinds of terrestrial plants, okay, but they grow on land. We will study them one by one. Okay children, first of all we are going to study about plants of hilly areas. Now, plants of hilly areas. The plants are of hilly areas. Already you know how the hilly areas looks like. Yes, how the hilly areas looks like. Do you have any idea, children? Do you know? What do you know about hilly areas? Children, what do you know about hilly areas? Hilly areas. Yes, hilly, the areas where the fighting is taking place are hilly and densely wooded. Yes, the areas where the fighting is taking place are hilly and densely wooded. Already we know hilly areas has many hills. They have many hills. So here you see the hilly areas. For example, the temperature in hilly areas like Shimla, Manali, Darjeeling, they varies from cold to extremely cold. The temperature varies from cold to extremely cold. Okay, in hilly areas temperature varies from some hilly areas temperature it may be cold. Some hilly areas temperature are very extremely cold. Okay, so they have various temperature. For the conifer trees have adapted to survive that one extreme cold condition. Where extreme cold condition, in that places the conifer trees have adapted. We find coniferous forest in these places. Okay, the adaptive features in plants found on hills or trees are conical. You see, trees are conical and tall. The sloping shape of trees, you see that the shape of the tree is sloping, so that the sloping shape of tree makes the snow slip off from branches easily. This one makes the snow slip off from the branches. Very easily. Okay. Then the leaves, first the trees are conical and also tall. Then the shape of the tree, that is sloping shape of tree, that helps to make the snow slip off from the branches. From many branches are there. Yes. Then the leaves are needle shaped with thick coating. Okay, needle shape. Coniferous trees leaves, the coniferous forest that plants leaves are needle shaped with thick coating. They have fevers stomata. Such leaves are waterproof and they allow wind to easily pass through them. Okay children, because those leaves are waterproof, so they allow wind easily pass through them. Next, conifer trees such as spruce, pine, fir, deodar and cedar, they do not shed their leaves throughout the year, so we call them evergreen trees. என்றும் பசுமையாகவே இருப்பது. சரியா? They are usually flowerless. You see that there is no flower, so that they usually flowerless. They bear woody cones instead of flowers. You see, that is cone. Okay, instead of flowers, hence they are called conifers. Cones bear the seeds instead of flowers. woody cones are there. That cones bear the seeds. Cones bear the seeds. Okay, children, we will see the examples. We will see the examples. Look at this. What do you see in the picture? This is pine tree. This is pine tree. Already we studied about pine tree. What we studied? The trees are tall. Trees are conical. Then the sloping shape of trees. You see this shape of tree, the sloping shape of tree. It helps to make the snow, panithuligal. Yes, they so helps to make the snow slip off easily. So to make the snow slip off from the branches easily. Many branches are here, so it helps to make the snow slip off. It helps to make the snow slip off. Okay, children. Then the leaves, you see the appearance of leaves are needle shaped with thick coating. Then they have less stomata, fewer stomata. They have very small, they have less stomata only. They have very less stomata. Then the leaves are, this pine tree leaves are waterproof. Then they allow wind. To easily pass through them. They allow wind to easily pass through them. Okay, children, this is the speciality of pine tree. Now this is fir tree. Already the conifer trees. This is one of the conifer trees. This is one of the conifer trees. They do not shed their leaves throughout the year, so that we call them evergreen trees. If any tree do not shed their leaves throughout the year, we say them, or we call them evergreen trees. Okay, so this is a fir tree. You see that leaves, you look at that leaves, that leaf shape is needle shaped. So that's why needle shaped leaves. Okay, children. Okay, the next, you see that needle shaped leaves. After that, they do not shed their leaves. And some other conifer trees, that means that I give some example: spruce, then deodar and cedar. Spruce tree, deodar and cedar, they are an example of conifer trees. We have seen only pine tree and fir tree, and some more examples: spruce, deodar and cedar. They do not shed their leaves throughout the year, so we call them evergreen trees. Then one specialty is that they are usually flowerless. They bear woody cones. You see that cone is that pine tree cone. You take page number 38. You can see that is cone is there. Yes, there is one cone. These conifer trees bear woody cone instead of flowers. Woody cones instead of flowers. Okay, so we called them conifers. The cones bear the seeds. You see, this cone bears seeds. Listen, that adapted futures in plants. The plants found on hilly areas. Trees are conical and tall. Then the sloping shape of trees makes the snow panithuligal slip off from branches. So many branches, kilaigal, yes, branches, so many branches are there. So from those branches makes the snow slip off easily. Okay, then leaves are needle shaped. Leaves are needle shaped. Already I told you, trees are conical and tall. Also tall. Then the leaves are needle shaped with thick coating. They have fewer stomata, very less stomata. Okay, such leaves are waterproof and they allow wind to easily pass through them. Then conifer trees, for example, spruce, pine, fir, deodar and cedar. They do not shed their leaves throughout the year. The entire year they do not shed their leaves. So we call them evergreen trees. Then they are usually flowerless. They bear woody cone. So instead of flower, this cone bears the seeds. This cone bears the seeds. Okay, children. Okay. So that they are called conifers. Listen, aquatic plants. We will study that plants of plain, plants of coastal area, plants of desert. Okay, we will study them. Now, that aquatic plants. You see, under what is? Do you know what is aquatic plants? The plants that grow in water. Terrestrial plants grow on land. Aquatic plants grow in water. For example, water hyacinth, lotus, hydrilla, tape grass. Okay, those are an example of aquatic plants. Listen here. I will give you some pictures of aquatic plants. Okay, you see them. What do you see in the picture? They are an aquatic plant. They live in water. Okay, you look at them. It is looking very nice. Yes, so many aquatic plants are there. So many plants live in water. So we call them. They are aquatic plants. Yes. Okay, you see, each and every plants are different. All plants are different. They are different species also. But they live in water. Okay, children. How the beautiful picture is this? Yes, it is so beautiful. You see, these are also aquatic plants. Whatever live in water, we call them aquatic plants. Okay, children. Fishes are there in water. The fishes also live in water. Yes. So you see, varieties of aquatic plants are there. Now you see there, aquatic plant. Aqua means water. Yes, aquatic plant. Aqua means water. So plants live in water. That is aquatic plants. Here, aquatic plants has three types: floating plants, fixed plants, and also submerged plants. Floating plants, then fixed plants, then submerged plants. What are aquatic plants? Aquatic plants are plants that have adapted to living in aquatic environment. That is, they live in water. They are also referred to as hydrophytes. Hydro, that means water. Or macrophytes, to distinguish them from algae and other microphytes. They distinguish from algae and other microphytes. A macrophyte, that means the hydrophytes, is a plant that grows in or near water. Is either emergent or submergent or floating. Okay. Okay, children. Aquatic plants, that is, the plants have adapted to living the aquatic environment. So they are referred to as hydrophytes or macrophytes. Then they distinguish them from algae and also other microphytes. Okay, the macrophyte, that means the hydrophytic plants that grow in the water or near the water area. It may be either emergent or submergent or floating. Okay, children. Now you look at this. What do you see in the picture? They are plain plants. Okay, the environmental condition of the plains is neither hot or cold. hot season ஆவும் இருக்காது, hot condition ஆவும் இருக்காது, cold condition ஆவும் இருக்காது. சரியா? It is rather moderate. It is rather moderate. So here you see these are an example of plain plants. That means plants are plains. Plants are plains. Sunflower and also these types of plants. They are an examples of plain plants. Okay children, the environmental condition is neither hot or cold. It's neither. That condition is, it is rather moderate. It is rather moderate. Okay children. You see, this is Asoka tree. Asoka tree. Have you seen Asoka tree, children? This plant is in our surrounding areas also. This plant is in our. This plant can grow. Is neither the environmental condition is neither hot or cold. It is rather moderate. Okay. So wherever this condition, this plant can grow. This plant can grow. So they have flat. Listen. You see that the leaves are very flat with many stomata on the lower surface. Water vapor comes out through stomata during the hot days of summer month to keep the plant cool. To keep the plant cool. Okay. Then they shed their leaves once a year to cut down the loss of water through transpiration. They shed their leaves once a year to cut down the loss of water through transpiration. Many trees shed their leaves during autumn or in winter. These trees are called deciduous trees. These trees are called deciduous trees. Not only Asok, banyan tree, mango, peepal, teak. Okay, they are other examples of plants of plain trees. Okay, okay children, this is an Asoka tree. Then this is banyan tree. Look at this. This is banyan tree. This is an example of plants of plain. Okay. This tree is an example of plants of plain. That is, the environmental condition of the plant is neither hot area or cold area. Okay children. So the adapted features in plants found in the plains. The adapted features in plants found in the plains. So they listen. Many trees shed their leaves during autumn or in winter. So these trees are called deciduous trees. These trees are called deciduous trees. They shed their leaves once a year to cut down the loss of water during transpiration. To cut down the loss of water through transpiration. Okay children. Listen. Plants of desert. These plants found in the desert. These plants found in desert. Already we know in desert there is shortage of water due to scanty rainfall. Yes, due to scanty rainfall. That's why shortage of water. Then very hot in day and cold at night also. Very hot in day and cold at night. It is very hot in day and cold at night. So the adapted features in plants found in deserts, they are, what are the adapted feature? Plants have long roots and spread out wide and deep in the soil in search of water. Plants have long roots. The roots spread out wide and also deep in the soil because for searching of water. Then the roots of some plants go so as much as 10 meter deep. Do you know 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter? 100 centimeter. So here 10 meter is equal to 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 10 meter is equal to 1000 centimeter. Yes or no? So here the roots go very deep, as much as 10 meters. Okay children. Then a waxy layer is present on the stem. Waxy layer. The stem layer is waxy. and leaves to reduce water loss. Leaves to reduce water loss. Okay, reduce the water loss. Then to reduce, do you know, the loss of water will be reduced because of leaves, then prevent the water loss and save water in desert plant. For example, cactus. That cactus leaves are modified into spines because they store water in the stem that becomes fleshy. The stem is green, so the photosynthesis is carried by the stem. But in some desert plant, the stomata are found deep into the leaves rather than on the surface of the leaves. So they are called sunken stomata. This one reduces the water loss through stomata. Okay, example cactus, babur, gihar and date palm. These are an example of desert plant. They are an examples of desert plants. Okay, children. Then plants of marshy areas. It is in the page number 40. Marshy areas that they have clay. Marshy areas have clayey soil. The soil is clayey, then plenty of water. The soil holds water abundantly, which leaves no space for air between the soil particle. But which leaves that these marshy areas, in these marshy areas, the soil holds abundant water, which leaves no space for air between the soil particles. Okay, no space for air between the soil particle. Then it helps to survive such condition. The adaptation in plants found in marshy area, the root tips do not get air. They grow above the soil and water to breathe air. So that is called breathing roots. Listen, root tips do not get air. They grow above the soil and water to breathe air. That type of root is called breathing roots. Okay, the trees that grow in marshy area, that is called mangroves. Okay, the forest of the Sundarban have such trees. Example, the Sundarban forest, these mangrove trees are there. These types of mangrove trees are there. You see plants found in marshy areas. Breathing roots, you see that the root tips do not get air. They grow above the soil and water to breathe air. So that is called breathing roots. Okay, children. Next, I will give you homework and also book questions answer. Okay. All of you take your workbook, page number 20, 21. That is, these pages are in third lesson. We have not completed third lesson workbook. So today I will give you, through this video I am giving lesson 3, page number 20 and 21. In that, fill in the blanks, tick the correct answer, true or false, and also write their names. These 4 headings, okay, these 4 headings are there. Only those answers are like one word answer. So you can write them fast. Okay, children. So you write the homework fast and take photo and send in our school WhatsApp. After that, I will give you mark this page. Okay, take workbook and mark this one. Next, I will take all of you take workbook and get ready. Now, did you take your book, children? Take soon. Page number 45. Book page number 45. I read the question. The only answer is given. I am reading the question with answer. Okay, children? Tick the correct answer. Conifers are found in dash. Plains, hills, deserts, swamps. Answer is hills. So, answer B. Conifers are found in hills. Then, coconut tree is an example of dash tree. Evergreen, deciduous, cactus, floating. evergreen. Coconut tree is an example of evergreen. In third one, in cactus plants, leaves are reduced to dash spines. Leaves are reduced to spines. Okay. Roots, flowers, spines, buds. So the answer spine. Fourth one, mangroves are found in those areas: hilly, swampy, hot, dry. Mangroves, that is swampy. Okay, swampy. SWAMPY. So the answer is B, swampy area. Then fifth one, come to the fifth one. An aquatic plant having narrow ribbon-like leaves is dash: hydrilla, lotus, duckweed, tape grass. So the answer is tape grass, D. Okay. Next, fill in the blanks. So get ready. Now I read the answer, question with answer. I read again. Conifers are found in hills. Second one, coconut tree is an example of evergreen tree. Third one, in cactus plants, leaves are reduced to spines. Fourth one, mangroves are found in swampy areas. Fifth one, an aquatic plant having narrow ribbon-like leaves is tape grass. Okay, did you remark, children? Okay. Now fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. First one, trees which shed their leaves in winter are called trees. Trees which shed their leaves in winter are called trees, deciduous trees. DECIDUOUS, deciduous. DECIDEODUOUS, deciduous. Okay. Second one, plants which grow on land are called plants, terrestrial. TERRESTRIAL, terrestrial. Okay. Then submerged plants do not have root or stem. Submerged plants do not have root or ROOT or STEM, stem. Okay. Then the grass family has fibrous roots which hold the soil tightly. Fibrous, FIBROUS, fibrous. Then insectivorous plants grow on soil deficient in nutrient, NUTRIENT. Okay, children, write fast. I read them once again. Trees which shed their leaves in winter are called deciduous trees. Plants which grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Submerged plants do not have root or stem. The grass family has fibrous root which hold the soil tightly. Fifth one, insectivorous plants grow on soil deficient in nutrient. Okay, children, did you write? You study them. I have given the class homework also. Okay, do the homework fast and send soon. Okay, children, thank you all.